The staggering cost of health insurance is lowering the living standard and endangering the health of families all across America. Nearly 5,000 Americans are losing their health insurance every day. The American people believe that no one should be denied the care they need.
The average citizen, every one of them, in every poll indicates how important they think that health care is, and the fact that that's their number one concern. What will happen to me if I lose my insurance?
The staggering cost of health insurance is creating an economic crisis for American businesses as well.
CEOs of some of the major corporations in America are saying that the health care cost, that part of their cost of operation is so high that they can't compete with foreign operators.
America's Agenda Healthcare for All is on a mission to secure affordable, comprehensive health care for all Americans on a state-by-state basis. We provide the critical tools state universal healthcare campaigns need to win the legislative battles. And we're winning them. In Vermont, the Campaign for Healthcare Security made history in 2006 with the passing of the most far-reaching healthcare reform ever enacted by any state, ensuring that every Vermonter will have guaranteed access to health care coverage.
It's a very impressive bill. And it lays a foundation that we're proud of and that I think other states can look to as a model. I can say candidly and in all truthfulness that that campaign would not have taken shape as it did had it not been for the strategic partnership that we established with America's Agenda and Mark Bloom's commitment in particular to helping the campaign get on its feet, get well organized, and begin to strategize about how to achieve healthcare reform.
In Maine, America's Agenda joined with the Maine AFL-CIO and other allies to create the Mainers for Healthcare campaign in support of the Dirigo health reform. The campaign was a huge success, defeating 3 right-wing bills designed to kill funding for Dirigo health reform.
We're very proud of the work that we've done. We could not have done it and maintained Dirigo Health without the help of America's Agenda. That's just the flat-out truth. Mark has been a guardian angel for our efforts.
You know, it's one thing to get this passed, but it's another thing to get this implemented. And being able to call upon America's Agenda and being there so that we could all be standing, as I said earlier, shoulder to shoulder to fight the battle. Because what we're trying to do is send a message across America that we need to, as a country, address health care. Because Maine can't do it by itself. So thank you, America's Agenda, for all that you're doing to help Maine fight this battle on a day-to-day basis.
Working side by side with our strategic partner, the Illinois Campaign for Better Healthcare, America's Agenda is helping support the growing momentum towards healthcare reform, started by the passing of the Healthcare Justice Act.
The Healthcare Justice Act is another vehicle to assure access to affordable, high-quality healthcare for every Illinois resident. But we've only just begun. Through this continued partnership, I look forward to working with you to achieve the goal of affordable health care for working families.
With the help and the leadership of Senator Obama, who was the chair of the Senate Health Care Committee, really kind of added and was able to help pull some of his colleagues on the Democratic side together to support this legislation.
I am constantly reminded that every single bit of human progress, and certainly every single bit of human progress that's happened in this country has happened because there are a bunch of people who refuse to believe that it couldn't be done.
We feel very, very good on how this process is going to unfold, where we are today, and what groups like America's Agenda can be a valuable partnership in our effort here in Illinois.
America's Agenda is on the front lines of state healthcare campaigns all across America. But it's also behind the scenes, working on research and policy development, as well as helping to train the leaders of tomorrow. And we're doing that through the America's Agenda Healthcare Education Fund.
And so for the last 2 years, America's Agenda, the America's Agenda Healthcare Education Fund in particular, has partnered with AMSA, the American Medical Students Association, in providing intensive training to their state universal healthcare advocates.
As aspiring healthcare activists, we look up to people like Mark Bloom. and America's Agenda and the work they do, because that's what we want to do. We want to provide healthcare for everyone, but we know we can't do it alone.
It's an enormous honor for us to be able to train these young doctors to be, because they're going to be some of the most persuasive advocates for universal healthcare in the future.
America's Agenda Healthcare for All is helping to lead the way to a better way of life for all Americans. As a nonprofit organization, we're comprised of all facets of American community, from business and labor to elected officials and public servants. Our board of directors is a unique who's who of leaders, visionaries, and activists.
It's been my pleasure to serve on the board of America's Agenda, Healthcare for All. Our mission is to provide critical support to statewide campaigns for universal healthcare.
America's Agenda is filling a void. We're proactively supporting campaigns to win real reform for universal health coverage. Reform that we Americans desperately need to protect our way of life. In just a few short years, we've made remarkable advances together. But we've only just begun.
Every other industrial country, industrialized country has insurance, and their workers are protected, and the average citizens are protected. And if they can do it there, we can do it here.
We are hoping, but the story still isn't told, whether the historic window of opportunity that opened in 2005, 2006, the time that we've been on the ground working, is going to slam shut without sustainable gains. We still don't know. We've got to increase our capacity to meet the demands that are coming to us currently, in order that when history is written, we'll be able to look back and say, yes, we succeeded.